The opposition People's Progressive Party Civic on Wednesday declared its non-objection to Federer's Lloyd constructing the specialty hospital. The party believes that Federer's Lloyd could be the best to construct the hospital, but what the PPPC has issues with is the process by which the company was apparently selected to construct the hospital.
It must be transparent, it must be accountable, and it must conform to the Procurement Act.
PPPC sector spokesperson for Constitution and Legal Matters, Anil Nandlal. If the government insists in proceeding with the project in the manner they have signaled, according to Nandlal, the party will take the government to task.
We reserve the right to challenge the process legally and to bring an abrupt halt to it. The rule of law must prevail.
For Nandlal, there are sufficient grounds on which the award of the contract with Federer's Lloyd can be challenged.
The Procurement Act governs public procurement in Guyana. It relates to every contract over and above a particular sum, of which this contract obviously qualifies. This is several $1 million. And once the procuring unit is an agent or a unit or a department or a ministry of the government of Guyana, then the procurement must fall under the four corners or the ambit of the Procurement Act.
The handpicking of Federer's Lloyd by the government, according to Nandlal, falls outside of the act and therefore it is unlawful. He referred to statements made by the leader of the opposition Bar Jagdeo last week, where calls were made for the release of the evaluation report.
I know it is a fact that they were disqualified. They were disqualified because they submitted two prices for the same project. That is the ground upon which they were disqualified. So I am not in doubt. But even let us assume that they came in second. That procurement process came to an end. There is no principle, there is no provision in the Act that allows you to go to the second bidder. Not at all. You have to begin a procurement process all over again.
Former Speaker of the National Assembly and stalwart of the People's Progressive Party Civic Ralph Ramkaran on his blog, The Conversation Tree, had stated that the government gets an advantage by working with Federer's Lloyd because the bid by that firm, the lowest at the time, is 3 years old and prices have risen since then. A new bidding process is therefore to Guyana's disadvantage, he stated.
Then you have Mr. Ramkaran coming out and saying, no, this is perfectly all right. This is fine. And in fact, accusing the PPP of notorious deeds, etc. Mr. Ramkaran may want to consider when you live in glass houses, you shouldn't throw stones. Because he has some very serious matters that he has to address in the courts of Guyana.
However, Nandlal emphasized the point that democracy is a burdensome thing, adding that transparency in government is a heavy weight to carry, but the law dictates that it must be done. The parties maintaining that the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding last week between the government and the company cannot signal the commencement of work. It feels too that Federer's Lloyd should be concerned about its reputation also.